When disaster strikes, the first thing to go is your connection to the outside world. And when that happens, panic follows, fast. Phones go dead. The internet fails. Cell towers collapse under pressure. In a crisis, seconds matter. And silence is not an option. When disaster strikes, the first thing to fail is your ability to communicate. Nowadays, it could be anything. Cyber attack, construction mishap, upgrade gone bad, you name it. No phones, no data, no control. And once that goes, operations crumble. Since 2012, the Healthcare Connect Fund has been subsidizing healthcare providers for the majority of the cost for backing up critical communications over satellite. They call it an all-hazards approach. During this time, two things have occurred. Technology has improved substantially, and costs have dropped significantly. The government designed the Healthcare Connect Fund for healthcare coalitions, which allows both the giant and the tiny healthcare facilities access to share technology. Talera provides a unique offering: communication resiliency as a service. Since 2009, Talera has been registered federally to provide full backup communications over satellite for both healthcare and public safety. When a disaster or emergency occurs, Talera's satellite solution solves the unsolvable problem of too many people communicating at once, otherwise called network congestion. You can't solve this age-old problem with equipment. You simply need to find a way to go around the issue. To provide you a better understanding of what is possible with communication resiliency as a service, here are two examples, one at each end of the scale. A small hospital or clinic has a communications outage. A local backhoe cuts the infrastructure cables, voice, internet data, and cellular connectivity are gone. An employee at the facility is on a call when this outage occurs. The call is dropped. The caller calls back and the call is answered by an auto attendant. The caller is reconnected to a person at the facility. The next example is a large hospital. A backhoe attacks and the same services are lost. The next incoming call to the hospital, 10 seconds after the outage occurs, is answered by the hospital's phone system and directed to the right person or department. This person answers the call on their regular telephone equipment. Resiliency restores communications. It is so much more than redundancy alone. In both of these examples, restoration was automatic and continuity of operations was maintained. In fact, those outside the facilities had no idea what had just happened. In both of these examples, the next incoming call was routed over satellite to the facility. In the first example, the person answered the call on their personal cell phone. They heard a whisper message informing them that this incoming call was for the clinic. In the second example, the satellite was connected to their existing phone system and answered the same as all calls. The key ingredient to Talera's resiliency offering is their communication command center. This online tool allows you to instantly make changes or modifications in the way those outside of your facility reach you. It is a hosted phone system and is unique in the fact that it was designed to be used in emergency or high-stress situations by non-technical people. The best way to explain how the Communication Command Center works is to show you. Let's take the scenario above. All communications, voice, internet, and cellular at the facility have failed. Each different department at the hospital has 1 to 3 satellite cell phones, always on and always connected to the rest of the world. These mobile satellite phones are simply cell phones without SIM cards, and they are more powerful than any traditional satellite phone. Plus, there are no monthly charges for these phones. Workers at the hospital know that if one of the satellite cell phones ring, there is a good chance that traditional telephone routes in and out of the building may have. Michael Wilson is an assistant in the emergency department. Michael has access to the Communication Command Center. Michael hears the satellite cell phone line ring. He answers the phone. He confirms that it is a live call for the emergency department. What Michael does next is take the satellite cell phone, or he can use his own phone, and log into the Communication Command Center. Here is how Michael controls who is going to be answering the phone when calls come to the emergency department. Simply drag and drop. He has access to all the employees. After that is done, Mike can check with administrators and confirm if calls are routing to the backup phone system coming in over satellite. In this example, not a single incoming call to the facility was lost. The other feature that Mike has the authority to change is recorded message about the status of the hospital. CMS requires that the hospital communicate with local public health, other healthcare providers, and all critical entities. In other words, it is the hospital's responsibility to inform everyone of their operational status and disposition. This may sound difficult or impossible, but with the right tools it is simple. The healthcare provider on their website has instructions on how to reach any facility in a disaster or any crisis. The statement may read something like this. All of our facilities have satellite phones and can be reached during any disaster or emergency. Call this toll-free number 887-231-9936 to reach any of our facilities over satellite. Yes, one single phone number can reach out and connect to any one of thousands of sites and deliver a call to a facility over a secure satellite connection. As you can see, resiliency is so much more than just redundancy. The four main elements of Telera's communication resiliency service are satellite connectivity to another part of the country, a command center or hosted phone system to answer and repoint incoming calls and build any solution you can think of. Every cell phone a satellite phone. Satellite POTS lines. No one would believe they could play such an important role. Building a resilient communication infrastructure requires resources and expertise. Telera has been implementing resilient systems for 20 years. This is our specialty. If this is of interest and you have questions, reach out to us. We also have a more technical video you can pass along to your team if necessary.